You want to do video, yet something inside you is blocking you from actually getting started. You blame things like not having the right gear or not having the right set, and the most common excuse, not having time, as your reason for not taking action. Yet when you really look at it and get honest with yourself, what you're dealing with is the fear of putting yourself out there. And when you boil it down to the bottom line, it's imposter syndrome. If you deal with imposter syndrome, you are not alone. I personally deal with it all the time. And so in this video, I want to help you overcome imposter syndrome by sharing the ways that I personally push past that beast. I'm Amanda Horvath, and I'm all about helping business owners and entrepreneurs leverage the power of video without breaking the bank or taking up tons of their time. So if you're looking to use video in your strategy this year, then be sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified every time I release a new video. You might have heard this quote before: if you are the smartest person in the room, then you are in the wrong room. If you're anything like me, then you buy into that quote and you're constantly trying to put yourself in areas where you can grow, learn from other people, and be the dumbest person in the room. And when you're doing that, you will deal with imposter syndrome. Unfortunately, it's not something that you can completely get rid of. You will continue to deal with it. So having tools in your toolbox for how to handle it when it does arise is going to be immensely helpful. Now, just to not speak about this from an abstract standpoint, I want to give you the example of today and how I've been dealing with imposter syndrome. So I knew that today was my day to film another 4 to 5 videos in one sitting, and I had so much resistance that I was dealing with. I learned a new strategy for how to do keyword research, and I was trying to implement it. And I spent Sunday, yesterday, which I prefer not to work on the weekends, but I spent Sunday doing keyword research and spent about 2 hours on one video, and I still don't know if I did it right. And I was feeling all of this angst pop up, and today I didn't even start filming until 4 o'clock. It's currently 9 p.m. here. Also, don't like working weeknights, so I'm not looking amazing compared to boundaries here, but hey, I had to push through some serious resistance to make this happen and get in front of the camera and sit down and do it. So I want to share with you some things that I did personally today, as well as other things that I've used in the past to really push through and make it happen. Because the reality is, you can still take action despite the fact that you have imposter syndrome. Tip number 1, shift the thought. So the first thing that you are going to do is ask, is this true, related to you being a fraud? And if it's not, you get to choose whether that thought is serving you or not. So for example, with me and today and sitting down and facing resistance and feeling like, I'm not gonna be able to continue my success moving forward and that I'm a fraud and all these things that, I'm dealing with just the same way that you're dealing with them. We're human. And what I did was said, no, I am not going to fall apart right here at X number of videos that I've created. I'm going to sit down. I've done this before. I've pushed through this resistance, and I'm going to make it happen. I decided that the fraud kind of imposter syndrome wasn't serving me, and so I replaced that thought with, I can do this. So instead of saying, I don't belong here, you can say, I am destined to be here. And that shifts the energy. Now, the second component of this is to answer the question, which is the other part of it, who am I to be doing X, Y, and Z? And for this, you can literally pull out a piece of paper and add bullet points of why you deserve to be here or who you are to be able to do X, Y, and Z. If you don't answer the question, your subconscious mind is going to naturally pull up all the reasons why you shouldn't be there, and you will continue living in that narrative. So by answering the question with your conscious mind, you can overpower that emotion and negative spiral. Tip 2, create a protocol. I heard this recently and absolutely love this concept. So if you know that there's something that might pop up that's going to derail you from your goals, the results that you're after, blah, 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 then you can create a protocol. So I personally created a protocol for imposter syndrome whenever it arises. I meditate for 20 minutes. I drink a glass of water, and then I tell myself affirmations in a power pose. So I literally did this today before filming, and I can't tell you, like right now, this is the 5th video that I filmed, and I'm finally on a flow. I'm actually making it happen. So rewind to earlier today at 3 o'clock, I sat down for 20 minutes, I set my timer on, and I just breathed through it. I let go of it. I let go of any thoughts that I had in that moment, one step at a time, had a glass of water, and then the affirmations that I told myself were, I have value to share with the world, or I am destined to be here, or there are people out there that need what I have to say, or whatever it is that you want to say. You can use random affirmations, or you can repeat ones over and over again. Tip 3, overwhelm and action can't coexist. I recently heard this one and I seriously love it, and it was a huge component for me to overcome the resistance that I was facing today. And that is that you can stay in this negative spiral of overthinking, of being overwhelmed, of feeling invalidated from your ability to do this. I don't know if that's the right term, but whatever, feeling lesser than. You can live in that, or you can decide to take action. So after I meditated, after I had my water, said my affirmations, I had spent, a lot of the day yesterday doing keyword research, and this morning, outlining what I wanted to say, and I still didn't have it fully ready to go. And I was feeling overwhelmed about it. And then I said, you know what? Overwhelm and action can't coexist. I pulled out my lights, I put them down, I put my camera in the place that it always goes, which is one of the tips for this too, always shoot in the same location, lower that resistance as much as possible, always. And I just said, okay, I'm going to take action, I'm going to sit in the chair, and I'm going to make it happen. And here I am. I survived. So whenever you're finding yourself overwhelmed and frustrated and down and out, just remember, overwhelm and action can't coexist. I'm going to choose action. And remember, imperfect action is better than no action at all. So give yourself grace and take an imperfect step. Tip 4, focus on service. Whenever we're dealing with imposter syndrome, we are focused on ourselves. We have a mirror here and we are analyzing every little thing about ourselves. We're saying, you're not valuable, you're a fraud, who are you, blah, blah, blah. But if you can flip the mirror around and start focusing on your audience, then you will recognize that there are other people out there that need what you have to offer, and it's selfish for you to hold it inside yourself. So once again, using the narrative of today, and I hope this narrative is helpful. If it is, go ahead, click like, let me know, drop a comment below, do whatever you want to do. One of the affirmations that I said was, I have value to offer. By me not sharing this value, I am going to be hurting other people. And one of the things that I talk about a lot is that we live in a society that is completely unique to any other time out there. The ideas that we have, the concepts that we have to share, the information that we have to share hasn't been shared before. And because of that, we think that it's not valuable. Yet by not sharing the information that you know to be true or sharing your story, we are holding the entire population down. Because if your neighbor knows something that might slightly elevate you and they think that they're lesser than or they think that it's not worth sharing, then it holds you down. And the same thing happens when you quiet your voice and don't share. So if you find yourself with these other tips not really working for you, then hopefully this one clicks. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. Go ahead and drop a comment below letting me know. And if you want to dive deeper into some more mindset hacks to overcome inaction, I highly recommend watching this video here. Otherwise, I'll see you in whichever video you choose.